In this video, we're going to look at the types of data you might come across in your subjects. It's important to know what your data type is because it affects what statistical tests you can perform on it. There are 4 types of data. There's nominal data, ordinal data, interval, and ratio data. We're going to take each one of these in turn. Nominal data is data that is organised into categories, but where the categories have no particular order to them. So for example, your eye colour. There's nothing inherent within the colour brown that says it should go first, and yet first it is here in our list. Same perhaps for your favourite streaming service. Essentially, the ordering is arbitrary. There's no natural ordering to the data. The second type of data is ordinal data. This is also organised into categories, but this time there is a natural order. So for example, your A-level grade, they tend to be reported from the lowest grade to the highest grade, and it wouldn't make sense for the A stars to appear somewhere in the middle. Similarly, perhaps for the highest qualifications that people have, makes sense that the Masters appears on the extremes and the Bachelors appears in the middle. There is a natural sense of order here. These previous 2 types of data tend to be for qualitative data, and so now we move into quantitative data. The first type is interval. Interval data is where your data can be placed along a scale of equal intervals, but everything is grouped together corresponding to a value, even if those intervals only have size 1. So for example, your IQ, or perhaps an income bracket. Lastly, ratio data is a lot like interval data in the sense that it's placed along a scale of equal intervals, but it also contains a true 0. This means that a value of 0 indicates an absence of something you're measuring. And this allows us to talk about relationships. So to say I earn double what someone else does allows us to know one of these figures and calculates the other, basically using a ratio. Another example might be, say, for example, the number of students on a course. To say that a subject is 4 times the size of another gives you a relationship, or a size ratio in this case, between them. Now that we have our 4 data types, we can use the data type to decide what types of statistical tests we might run on it. And on nominal data, you can perform frequency distributions, how many entries are in each category, and non-parametric tests. And these are the ones where you don't need to know how the data is modelled before you test for relationships. In ordinal data, again, frequency distributions are useful, but now we can calculate descriptive statistics such as medians and ranges, and we get a variety of statistical tests that help us test for differences in relationships in our data. The same with interval and ratio data. We can calculate frequency distributions, but now our descriptive statistics begin to include mean and standard deviation, and we can quantify the relationship between 2 variables in a much easier way. Now, there is a health warning for this. Different courses will favour different tests, and they have their reasons for that. So stick with the conventions of the scientific community that you're in.